Hey class, it's a lovely Tuesday afternoon here, sitting on my front porch. I don't have any of my cats with me, but I'll save them for a later quiz question. There's no quiz questions here, so if you want to shut it off because there's nothing to gain from it, that's all right. No. I just wanted to talk briefly about the Mountain of Notes assignments that you'll be completing this semester. Starting with the first one, which is just a mini assignment. I want to see that you have chosen a quotation from Parable of the Sower. You can choose it from any of the reading assignments that you think is significant and contains a central theme in it. And I will talk more about central themes in Parable of the Sower in my next lecture, or one of my next lectures. And that you can take a passage that you think is cool and interesting, plug it into the template, and simply submit it as a document, whatever form you're going to be submitting documents in. This is really just a check-in so that I can tell that you found the template. You can insert words into it, in this case a specific passage, and that you cite the page number. And I'll go over citation rules here very briefly. So I will be submitting or uploading on CourseDen a sample Mountain of Notes, and simply punctuate the quotation and your citation in the exact same way that I've done it. So that's going to be a 1 point kind of thing. If you do it correctly, that would be an automatic 10 out of 10. And if you do anything, in terms of the assignment that's not as I've set it up here and assigned it and having you follow the instructions, you could lose potentially a point. My goal is for all of these Mountain of Notes to be graded as a 10 out of 10 for you, and that means submitting it on time. I give you a 2-day grace period, just like I do for the quizzes. With the Mountain of Notes, however, I don't close the window on those. So if you submitted a week late, for example, I take a point off for each day it is beyond the 2 days, because that's when I want to grade them all. And then if I have these straggler assignments coming in, then you're just creating more work for me, so that's minus a point, making Dr. Masters work harder this summer. And the second thing I want to say about them is to describe their purpose for you. And when you do your first Mountain of Notes for Sunday night, this first assignment is due on Friday. It's so simple. For Sunday, you're going to be writing out a complete Mountain of Notes. And the reason I have you do these is because they become body paragraphs in the essay that you're going to write at the end of the semester. So I will give you more instruction there, but that big idea that you finally come to after you analyze and make connections and focus on a specific word or image, which is all part of the assignment. You come to that big idea, and that's your little mini thesis statement that goes at the top of your paragraph. So you've got the main argument that you want to make about the novel. It's just not some general truth about people in survival. It's about the survival as it operates specifically in the novel. So that big idea needs to be about the novel itself and not just some general free-floating, interesting idea. Take that interesting idea and make sure you've applied it to the novel. So that goes at the top of your paragraph. That's essentially, this is what I want to prove to you by analyzing a specific passage. So after you set up that opening argument, then you introduce your quotation, and that's the same thing you do in step 1. Introduce the quotation and provide some context for it. when does it occur in the novel, who are the main characters involved, and what do you want to show us in this quotation. That's called cueing your textual evidence. Then you'll cite the passage in your paragraph, and then you will analyze that passage, and that's what the second half of the paragraph is all about. So you've got your argument up top, you've got an introduction to the quotation, you've got the quotation, and then you've got all your stuff that is already in your mountain of notes. What interesting ideas did you come up with? What specific word group or image or just simply word choice that the author has made that's in the quotation that you think helps to support the larger argument that you've developed in your big idea. So essentially what you're doing is writing a lot, figuring stuff out, just throwing stuff at the wall. They don't have to be, I don't take off for mispunctuation or spelling errors in Mountain of Notes. What they're designed to do is just to get you writing as fast as you can. Here's idea, connection, cool image that's in this passage. The assignment should take you about a half hour to complete. So you're not composing a mini essay or anything. It single spaced. It should all fit on one page really. If you spill into the second, okay. But I don't want like a 3-page mini essay on your passage. That's going too far. So stick to that word count. Come close to hitting it. That's listed on the assignment. And you'll be writing about between introducing the quotation and then your idea 1, idea 2, and then a specific word and then a larger connection to this passage to something else that's going on in the novel. And then your big idea at the bottom. It should be about 300 words total. But they don't have to be perfect words. The sentences don't have to be grammatical. They can include just some questions, some thoughts, some ideas. Again, typing as fast as you can. Just here's some thoughts. Here's what comes to mind when I look at this passage, and think about it within the novel as a whole. Like, I think this passage is important to what the novel as a whole means to me. And that will be the Mountain of Notes assignment that you'll be doing, one for each novel. And then for the final paper, I'll go over that more. You're going to have 4 of these Mountain of Notes that all contribute to your paper that's going to be on one of the 3 novels. So you're not writing a paper on all 3 novels. You're going to focus on one novel. But we'll get to the paper a little later. Right now, read and do some writing. And that's the gist of the class. Sorry, I've got some allergies today if I sound a little nasally. And yeah. That's all I have to say today. I hope you're also enjoying the summer, as well as some fun summer reading assigned to you in your post-apocalyptic American Lit class. All right, guys. Bye-bye.